Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So today we're going to take a look at this Trunks right here. So this Trunks is a character that is getting a sub EZA. He came out along with Android 13. Now, he has some stuff that I'm not so sure about, but I don't know super how good this Trunks is going to perform, how good he's going to look or anything like that. How is the sticker effect looking? Not really too great. Remember, I mean, Dokkan right now, they're kind of doing this thing where they are giving us, you know, the sub EZA immediately with the character, which probably is a good idea, right? Because, I mean, we have sub EZA characters from, you know, EZAs from years ago who have not yet gotten it, right? So I don't think this is a terrible idea. So this Trunks, right, Dodge assuredly is his best build, but unfortunately I just do not have the resources to go maximum dodge on every single character. If I did, I would, but I don't. So, I mean, I have to pick and choose. This is a character who I think can perform well, provided you're fighting an Android or target Goku enemy. If you're doing that, Trunks is guarding, right? Now, the other thing with him is he does want to do super attacks. I already had him with 20 additional from when I initially rainbowed him, you know, back 4 years ago when he came out. Damn, it's been 4 years. That's crazy. But this Trunks, I mean, we got him with 31 additional. Remember that the maximum value you can get from one of the 3 attributes there is 32. 32 is the highest. You can go higher than that, but it doesn't have any effect. 32 is the max, I believe. So, let's go ahead and jump in. And let's test out this Trunks. We'll fight like maybe like a Cell Max fight or something like that. We'll see how effective this Trunks is going to be. Remember, he is a nuking leader, by the way. That could be relevant, you know, there's always going to be nuking events. Dokkan does that a lot, right? But let's hop into an event and let's see if this sub EZA Trunks is good. I'm not super sure. I don't know how good this guy is going to be, just off his details. Alright guys, real quick before we get into a showcase here, it is funny, I did mention he's a nuking leader, but this did slip my head. Remember that nuking leaders are banned in the Red Ribbon Army Red Zone, which by the way is like the major, I guess, place where this Trunks would be effective. Because remember, Trunks is guarding against an Android or target Goku enemy, so no Red Ribbon Army Red Zone shenanigans from this Trunks since he is a nuking leader. Kind of an unfortunate thing right there where, you know, they did kind of do the lazy route for it rather than like preventing you from using one of those characters as a leader. It's, you know, for the Red Zone Cell Max fight, which is essentially just one phase. They just banned the characters entirely from the event. Kind of annoying, but there are other target Goku and Android fights we could jump into. Alright guys, we're here in an event. Now we're going up against just the regular tough, you know, kind of like Cell Max fight right here. We'll get Trunks right out there in front so we can, you know, start to get some footage of our boy right here. In terms of like link set, yeah, I mean, he does have Cold Judgment, which is going to be really, really big. I guess we could just float the Goku and Vegeta here maybe, because, okay, so let's go over Trunks' link set right here since this is important. So he has Royal Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Cold Judgment, Messenger from the Future, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle. So, of course, you know, kind of like a similar link set to a lot of these, you know, kind of like Trunks, like Saiyan characters, I guess. In terms of the super attack effect for Trunks, this is big. He raises his attack by 100% for 3 turns. So, just quite simply, if he drops multiple of those in a turn, his damage on the second turn is gonna be nuts. I mean, these types of super attack effects are crazy. 100% is a huge number. But he does also lower HP by 3%. That's not that much. I would prefer he not have it at all, but it's not probably the biggest deal ever. Probably. In terms of his passive, we're getting 150% attack and even start a turn, 150% attack, but minus 50% defense from performing a super attack. Now, that's a passive super attack buff, so that only activates once. So only once per turn does he get that 150% attack and then the negative 50% defense, right? Like, he's not going to continually stacking minus defense with every super, right? Then he gets another 50% attack and defense if performing a super attack if there's another movie hero category ally in the same turn, which we actually don't have right here. That's fine. We'll look at a bunch of stuff here. Then he also gets 50% defense with each super attack performed, up to 150%. So he does have to do a couple there. Then he gets crit, 10% chance to crit with every attack received up to 50%. And then he guards if there's an android or target Goku ally. So we'll be able to test a couple of things out, right? We'll see what Trunks is going to look like without the movie hero ally. We'll be able to see how he's going to perform, you know, in a pretty tough fight against Cell Max and stuff like that. And we'll just genuinely see how we're going to do. So I did give Trunks quite a bit of hidden potential system additional. We'll see how that's going to work out. We are guarding. We do have Cool Judgment up. This Cell doesn't hit very hard right here. This Cell Max. 7.83 he's at, huh? Additional supers will massively raise that. And we get the hidden potential system additional normal. Oh, yeah. Damn. All right. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not really too shocked by that outcome. Okay. Alright, so now we're going up against Big Daddy Cell Max. Again, this is the big boy right here. We certainly could have been doing a little bit better in terms of the damage Trunks could do. You know, if, again, we had multiple super attack last turn, but it's all good. Now, remember, Trunks, in order to fully build up, he does need to do 3 super attacks. If we have the movie hero ally, he's getting that 50% from his passive, but he's also losing the 50% too. But then he also builds up. I mean, it depends. I think Trunks could get to like considering he's guarding, right? Like, for starters, I would only consider Trunks, really, against an android or target Goku enemy, right? Very simple. You're only going to actually think of this guy as an option if you're fighting, like, one of those 2 types of enemies. I feel like Trunks is okay in that situation, right? All right, so let's just get this going. We have a decent rotation. We have several links up. I guess Future Gohan could get killed here, huh? Nah, Future Gohan is strong enough. I trust Future Gohan. Future Gohan ain't going out like that against Cell Max. Nah, no way. All right, let's see how Trunks does. After this, I might want to jump over to a different fight. And sort of see how we're gonna do. Yep, perfect. Future Gohan lived exactly like I thought he would. Easy, man. I knew Future Gohan was not going out like that, man. We're all good. Yeah, so we'll have Trunks attack right here, and then we could swap over and see what it looks like with the movie hero ally. Really, I mean, I guess I only need to just add like one character to this team. Remember, we do have Bulma support up on this rotation as well. That's the one thing that's good about the blue Vegito lead, like the Goku and Vegeta, is that with that team, we can get Bulma. Like with their leader skill, we can get Bulma on the team. This is at 10.8, and again, that could be way better for getting additional supers. He didn't even get the hidden potential system additional right there. Okay, we did dodge though, which is like that was a 3 dodge, wasn't it? Okay, sure. Yeah, so we get the 3 dodge, but in 2 turns, we didn't get the hidden potential system additional. Okay, sure. I mean, Trunks, I feel like Trunks is decent. Right now, it's against an android or target Goku enemy, but he actually feels not bad to me, I think. Alright, guys, so it's a struggle to find an event that's going to be great for our boy Trunks here. In terms of, like, an event maybe that we could, you know, be able to have a little bit longer against an android or target Goku enemy. I mean, it could be tough, right? The Red Ribbon Army Red Zone is perfect for him, but of course he's locked out of it. So let's just try and... We're going to get God Goku over on rotation with him. You know, once he gets that multiplicative buff, that's certainly going to help his defense out. And I guess that is going to give him a little bit more attack, right? Hopefully we could get some nice kind of like additional supers and stuff like that. Really looking at it, our rotations are really bad. I don't think I might actually reset with how bad our rotations look right here. Only 1 super attack again. Yeah, guys, I just do not have the luck when it comes to additionals, huh? Damn. One of these days we'll get an additional from Trunks. We will. Alright, guys, let's keep going. Let's get some footage for Trunks here. Alright, so we'll hit this. Again, we're really looking for our boy to be able to get some additionals for us to really start to build up. Now, again, remember, every single turn, he does need to do 3 super attacks in total to fully build up that defense from his passive as well. As we get deeper into this fight, we're going to start fighting Baby, who is going to be target Goku, by the way, so we'll be able to see Trunks again with his full passive up. Hit a potential system additional normal, okay. Sure. Alright, let's get to Trunks' next turn. Sure. Alright, Trunks. So we got a movie hero ally, so that'll be good for us. Alright, let's just see what Trunks is going to give us here. Now, remember, we do not have Bulma support up on this rotation, but we will starting next rotation. This baby already is target Goku, baby Vegeta, so we are going to be guarding, so there's that. Trunks, this is going to have been his 3rd super attack as well, so, you know, Trunks would be able to have potentially impressive defenses. We'll see next turn. Alright, 9 million right there. Now, remember, this super attack effect lasts for 3 turns, so if you would ever do anything besides a goddamn hidden potential system additional normal, which we just did again for the 50th time of the video, you know, if we could ever do a second Superman, you know, that 100% will look pretty nice if we get a couple of stacks of it, but it's literally impossible to get the hidden potential system additional super. We all know this. Alright, so we're going up against our boy, Baby. This is where we could see, I guess, Trunks is kind of like max here. 600k. I mean, so he does lose the 50% defense from performing a super attack, but then he gains it back when performing a super attack if the movie hero allies in the same turn. We obviously have done 3 super attacks to fully build up that defense. So he's not, like, I'm not super sure how it works, but I think his defense would it would just stay the same after he supers, right? So he'd be within the 600k range while guarding. I mean, he's not horrible, right? Again, this is where I think, like, if we're talking about an android or target Goku enemy, like he can do enough. If you have better luck with additionals than I do, I mean, he could certainly potentially put up a lot of damage too, right? He pops a couple of those supers, and that could look pretty good. Alright, so we'll be able to get prepared for battle. That is a little bit of damage, so fortunately, Baby did lock God Goku into slot 3 right there, so we'll do this. So this is going to be the best turn we're going to see from Trunks. I mean, I guess besides, you know, if he would ever do additionals ever, which... yeah, just simply do additionals, Trunks. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that, to just have him do that. Alright, cool. So let's see what Trunks is going to give us right here. Yep, nice try. 12 million, okay. And again, I mean, you know, he could have done 2 last turn rather than 1. There we go. He gets up to 14. So, I mean, you get that 100%. You essentially could get the benefit of 4 stacks. He could do 2 the turn before and then 2 on the same turn. That right there was essentially 3 stacks right there. That 14 million attack stat, that essentially is 3 stacks, and we could get to a potential of 4. Considering that this Trunks is a sub EZA, this is not a bad EZA or a bad character whatsoever. No way. I think this guy is fun. They did lock him towards fighting a specific type of enemy, but I am A-okay with that. I think giving him the restriction, right, against the android or target Goku enemies at the cost of making him actually super good, I think is fun. And again, I think that against android or target Goku enemies, this Trunks potentially could be an option. I mean, we could use him without the movie hero ally, but I think it's going to be, you know, you're probably going to want to make sure that movie hero ally is around as well. Funny enough how often God Goku just ends up being great. I'm going to go ahead and pop this Vegito active skill, because this is not a common one to see, so we'll throw this out. Alright guys, so yeah, Trunks, I think seems like a good EZA. I think that when it comes to sub-EZA characters, This should kind of be like the hope that a character would look like, I think. Alright, so this is Magnificent Swordsmanship, Trunks Teen. Leader skill is physical type, 35% attack per physical key sphere obtained. It's the reason we cannot run him in the Red Urban Army Red Zone, of course. His super attack is the Flash Blade, which massively raises attack for 3 turns, does supreme damage, and then sacrifices 3% HP. Remember that that's a 100% attack buff. That's a lot. These, 50% and 100% for multiple turns, I mean, they are really strong, right? So definitely want to keep that in mind. His passive prompt action, he gets 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets 150% attack, but he loses 50% defense when performing a super. But then he gets 50% attack and defense on super attack if there is another movie hero category ally attacking in the same turn. So that will sort of offset the loss of defense that he gets right there. Then he gets 50% defense with each super attack performed up to 150%. And then he has a 10% chance to crit with each attack received up to 50%, which, I mean, certainly can be in the right fight, that could be an effective ability. I mean, maybe even against, like, well, I mean, I was going to say Red Zone Fusion's a must. So I guess he does have type advantage at the start, but even with type advantage, his defense would probably be too low at the start. But just, there's a fight where that could be useful, right? Being able to build up that crit. Because, I mean, Trunks, is able to get up past 10 million. If it's a crit, he'll do decent damage. You get an additional super, then it's another crit. And he's doing a lot of damage on a turn, right? So, and then finally, he guards if there's an android or target Goku enemy. Sub-EZA, I have no problems whatsoever about this restriction. This is how they can make sub-EZA characters and free-to-play characters good and decent, is this. I think, perfect. I have no problem with this. I think that this Trunks is a fine unit, right? Provided you're fighting android or target Goku enemies. Links are Royal Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Cold Judgment, Messenger from the Future, Prepare for Battle, and Fierce Battle. 12 key multiplier is 140%, which is kind of what we would expect from banner units. Remember, Trunks is kind of in, like, the modern era of characters. I don't, like, when would I consider kind of, like, the modern era to have started with Dokkan, where they became very pattern-oriented? Probably anything in 2019 on is kind of like when Dokkan just kind of adapted to these patterns that are constantly repeating. So, like, I would consider 2019 and beyond kind of like the modern era of Dokkan, I think. And this Trunks, of course, he's an end of 2019 character. So his categories here, I mean, we could use him on a lot of these teams. I think he could still be effective even without the movie hero ally on the team, like on the rotation to give him that buff. I think he'll still be fine. The most important thing is just that you're fighting the android or target Goku enemy, right? So, of course, Trunks is here on the Hybrid Saiyan category team. Trunks is also on Time Traveler, the Time Traveler category team right there. Then Trunks is on the Vegeta family team. We could always use more Vegeta family buffs. He's also on the Bond of Master and Disciple category team. Then Trunks is here on the Movie Hero team. Now, remember, Movie Hero, this is where Trunks, one of these guys in the same rotation, and Trunks is going to be able to get the extra 50% attack and defense. The attack, not really a big deal because he's already getting attack on super attack in his passive, but that 50% defense right there could be pretty big for him, right? Then Trunks is also on the Future category team. Much better, obviously, after the Worldwide Dental Celebration. Trunks is also on the Battle of Wits category team. Then we have Trunks here on Entrusted Will. Okay. Yeah, I mean, remember, Entrusted Will, I mean, any one of these types of categories to get buffs is really good. Because we know that Entrusted Will has that really tough mission in the Gods Immortal event, right? And then finally, Trunks is here on the Earthbred Fighter category team. So, let me know what you guys think about this physical Trunks right here. But again, I mean, considering he's a sub-EZA, I think he's effective. I certainly would have thought that this Trunks, going into it, I probably would have just assumed he was going to suck. I would have thought that this guy's going to be trash, and I like him. I actually do. This is a character I like. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all next time.